Alright folks, Rick Wool came back again. This time I don't know if you guessed, but I'm having a look at the original Power Rangers Megazord. Or the Dinozords that are in front of me. You can start by having a look at them in their robot modes. So here's the collection of them. Put them all to the side for the moment though. So we can look at them one at a time. Start with the Mastodon. Articulation in the back legs, which is part of the transformation. But that's pretty much it. These are mostly just bricks, to be fair. Yeah, really love the countenance. The tusks move, the trunk moves, so there is a little bit more. But yeah, overall, not a lot going on with it. Still, looks very cool, so can't complain. Move on to the pterodactyl. Not quite sure if these guns are meant to work as feet quite like that. I have seen it positioned slightly different in different videos, but these of course come off. Articulated on the wings, in the neck and the head. So yeah, overall pretty much just a shell piece for the chest. Triceratops. This one's on wheels, which is helpful. The head moves up and down, mostly because of the transformation. The tail swings round, the guns on it swing. Lost his horns, which is unfortunate. I picked it up this way, unfortunately, so because I never had this growing up. Always wanted it, never had it. Had lots of other ones though, so that's alright. Don't feel hard done to. So yeah, looks good, not a lot to it. Now this is the one with probably the most articulation. The saber-toothed tiger. The saber-tooths move. All four of the legs move, but it's got a very loud clicking on it. And the tail moves. This is almost certainly the most poseable, best looking Zord of the full set, in my opinion. Most play value, at least. And finally, there's the Tyrannosaurus. Of course, the Red Ranger's one, the leader. It's got head movement, the jaw opens. The arms go up and down. The legs bend at the knee and at the ankle. And they bend, and it bends at the thigh. Unfortunately, bending at the thigh usually knocks the tail out, which can go up and down. Again, cool looking Dinozord. And yeah, enough play value to it. But of course, we didn't really just come here to see these things like this. It's 5 separate Zords. Now, this is Power Rangers. They combine together to form the Megazord. So, let's get on with that. Just before we go into full Megazord mode, there's a transition mode I wanted to quickly talk about. That's this tank mode. The 2 Zords at the front are on wheels, so it's got a bit of movement. Use the tail at the back as, you know, a handle to move it with. Give you a full 360. All 5 Zords connect together to form this, before forming the Megazord. So yeah, we've got full rotation on these gun arms. That's pretty much all articulation that's on it. In the show you used to get blasts coming out of all the eyes of the Zords as a sort of intermediate finisher. But yeah, looks good. Nice to have a little intermediate mode like this. But not a lot of practical value. I don't tend to display it like this. Just wanted to show it off before moving on. Which we're going to do right now. Okay, so here we are with the Megazord mode completed. You can see he's got his shield in his hand. I didn't use this much in the show, but still, it's a cool looking shield. Easily detaches, got a little clip there. The arms go 360. The legs can go forward. But yeah, that's pretty much the only movement you'll get on it. It's got them two cool looking guns on the back, which look cool. In the show you could fire a blast out of there as well, out of the temple. But yeah, not a lot to the Megazord once you've got it into this mode. You do also, however, get the power sword, which they used to call in, bring down like that. Grab it. Now you can hit your finishing move on your enemies. So yeah, not a lot to it once it's in this mode. But the transformation and plenty of actual play to get it into this mode. And the posing you can manage with it. Make it look impressive on your toy shelf. And it's got that retro coolness to it from being from 20 years ago. So yeah, got a lot of time for this Megazord. Looks very cool. But of course, there is more to it than this. We're talking Titanus and we're talking Dragonzord. But I fear that's probably another video for another day. So the original Megazord Part 2, which will be coming soon. For now, gonna have to make do with what we've got here, as we had to for the first so many episodes of the series, as is the Power Ranger way. When we get the additional Green Ranger, we get the additional Zords, then we've got something cool to look forward to. As it is, impressive piece on the toy shelf. Which is 3 very good ways of display and play. I actually really like this. I can see why it launched such a huge show and all the things that followed it. It's a proper franchise player, this one, and deserves a place on any Power Rangers fan's toy shelf. Picked it up on eBay because I never had it as a child. Dragonzord I did have, which we will come to later. But this one I didn't, so I had to pick it up on eBay. You can find it there. Do your best to find it cheap. If you can get the point of the tail, that's even better. If you can get the horns, even better. These are often missing as well, so I'm lucky enough to even have them, as are the teeth. So I've got half lucky, half usual. Not unlucky, just usual. Yeah, the tip of the tail would also include a wheel, which would help in the tank mode. But in this mode, it doesn't need it. It doesn't really interfere with play, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, cool toy. Pick it up if you can. That would be my advice. Until next time, see you.